So if me and you were on any level of cool, you would have already watched, liked, and shared my video on the Google Pixel 8 Pro and found out that I really like it. As a matter of fact, I like it a lot, enough to put my SIM card in it and then shoot the whole video of the Google Pixel 8 Pro with the Google Pixel 8 Pro. That's how much I like that phone and its camera, or the AI of the cameras. But today is not really about just that phone, because you already know this one right here, the Galaxy S23 Ultra, is my phone of choice for this year. Yeah man, I'm a Samsung fanboy, so it takes a lot for me to take my SIM card out of my Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra or 22 Ultra or 20 Ultra, whatever Ultra I've got. It takes a lot for me to pull my SIM card out of that phone and then use it in another phone and then actually like it. But I gotta tell you man, Google actually did a really great job with the Google Pixel 8 Pro. But before we get into all that, I gotta introduce myself to all you new cats out there. Welcome man, have a seat and enjoy the show. Welcome to New Stuff TV, the Untechnical Tech channel. I'm your host, Antoine, Googled and out-Googled themselves Richardson, because today we're talking about the Google Pixel 8 Pro versus the Galaxy S23 Ultra. Well, really, it's about 4 to 5, maybe 6 or 7 things that the Google Pixel 8 Pro does better than the Galaxy S23 Ultra. But not too fast, Jack. We got to talk about the Google Pixel 8 flaws first. So the first flaw is the heat, which probably impacts the battery life. Man, this joke gets hot. I ain't talking about hot enough to actually give me any warnings or anything like that, but it gets really hot when I'm pretty much not doing much. I could just be on Instagram or, just scrolling through some social media apps, kind of the basic stuff, not gaming, not heavy intensive stuff. And I just notice it's hot, and I'm indoors when this happens. And don't even get me started on how hot this thing gets when it's outdoors, which I think that really impacts the battery life. When that would be number 2 as far as its flaws. So when I first got this phone, turned it on for a couple of days, I did not have my SIM card in it. I was just using it by itself as a Wi-Fi device, just getting used to it, because I'm not really a Pixel user. But I liked it. I liked the phone a lot, and I was like, all right, let me put my SIM card in here, man. Let me just yank it out of this S23 Ultra, put my SIM card in and roll. And I was loving it, man. I was like, damn, I like the way the thing feels in my hands. I like the smoothness of it, the UI. A lot of this stuff, this phone has a lot of good things going for it until that SIM card got in there, and then it started running hot, because it wasn't running hot until the SIM card got in. And that's when I noticed the battery life just tanking. Matter of fact, somebody on Threads was questioning the battery life of everybody else's Pixel 8 Pro. And I responded to her that mine was fine, but that was when I was on Wi-Fi. I need to go back and correct that, because now my battery life is absolute trash. It's like I'm always getting that 20% warning, like 20%, that's where it kicks in at. And then 15% it kicks in again. It's like, hey man, you're at 20%, you're at 15% now. You sure you don't want to go into power saver mode? I'm like, no man, I got a charger right here. But seriously, you was just charged up. So yeah, man, the battery life on the Pixel 8 Pro has not been, it's like a shining point for the phone. It's actually been pretty garbage along with that heat. So since we're talking about heating issues and battery life, of course you need to charge it back up because that battery life is so trash. Let's talk about how slow this thing charges. Now I know it actually has fast charging, and I do have the setting on, but when you compare it to how fast the Galaxy S23 Ultra charges up, this thing charges like slow. What is fast charging now? It's like we've gotten used to like ultra fast or super fast charging, maybe from Samsung and other companies like OnePlus. OnePlus just goes pew from 0 to 100 real quick. But the Pixel 8 Pro, it's like fast charging back in the day. It's not like, it's fast charging. It's not super fast charging. So it feels a little bit slow, especially compared to what's out there in the likes of the Galaxy phones and the OnePlus devices. Now, number 4 on my list of flaws is gonna be this camera bump. Now, it is better than it has been in previous iterations as far as like styling and aesthetics and stuff like that. But that camera bump is still bumping, man. Look how far it sticks out of there. So when you lay it down on stuff, it really does take a beating. It is the first thing to get impacted when you lay it on a table, particularly this bottom edge of it right here. And I've got a few nicks on it just from putting it down. I'm not a case user, bro. I don't like cases. And I don't use cases. I usually put skins on things, but there's no skin that's gonna really protect this camera bump. It's just sitting out there, just ready to take the brunt of anything that happens to the phone. So that, to me, that's gonna be a downside, because it's like the phone is calling for damage. Now, speaking of damage, I don't know if you saw this earlier, man, but look at the top here, man. You see that? 1, 2, and on the bottom right there, you got 3. You got 3 points of impact because I dropped this bad boy when I was getting out of the car the other day. Yeah, man, my glass is shattered all up top here. It just looks like just shattered glass, man. So it's definitely a glass back. It sometimes feels like a little plasticky, but this is definitely glass right there. I don't even know what Gorilla Glass number it is, but it's broken on that corner and broken on the 2 top corners. But none of the metal around the phone seems to be impacted. It's just these 3 corners. So you know what? I got me some skins right here. I'm gonna go ahead and do what I should have done in the first place, put the skins on it. And we'll go ahead and come back to this video after I get this thing cleaned up. Yeah, there we go. Nice and clean, baby. Almost like new. So as far as durability goes, I don't know, man. My Samsung Galaxy S23 Ultra, it has seen concrete the most out of any phone. It's actually kind of chewed up on the corners. So if you look here, I got a corner, little nick here. Where's it at? I got a little corner nick there, a little corner nick. All 4 corners, literally, a little bit chewed up, man. I got a bad one here on the bottom side of that thing because it has seen a lot of concrete, man, but it is still in fantastic shape. No broken glass on the front, no broken glass on the back. However, the Pixel, it did not fare so well. But it's a good thing it didn't chip out and like leave chunks missing because that left me a smooth surface so I can go ahead and put this skin on it, which I was gonna do anyway, it just hadn't arrived yet. Honestly, I think skins actually do protect phones from things other than scratches. I think they provide a little bit of impact resistance to the phone, which is a good thing. Now it's time to get on to some stuff where the Pixel 8 Pro actually performs way better than the Galaxy S23 Ultra. God, I hate saying that, man, because I really dude, I love my Galaxy S23 Ultra, man. You cannot beat the Samsung One UI combined with the S Pen, the business-like, rectangular shape. It's just a wonderful phone, man. But the Google Pixel 8 Pro, it kind of outdoes it in a lot of areas. And the first area is the fingerprint scanner and the face unlock. Man, the face unlock is like scary, okay? You barely even gotta be looking at this thing and it's secure, okay? That you can like unlock all kinds of stuff that you can't even unlock on any other phone because it's so secure. As far as the fingerprint scanner, like it's just laser fast. It's creepy almost. It's almost like it knows what you want to do, so it just unlocks itself. But it doesn't. You actually do need your fingerprints and your real face to actually unlock this thing. But it's just ultra fast. In fact, it's so ultra fast, it's faster than the Ultra. Now, how about these speakers, man? These things be thumping. The shift manager on the assembly line at the Google Pixel 8 Pro, they were on some stuff, man. They was like, all right, we need to make these things beat, like seriously. Beats, okay? The speakers are loud AF on this thing. They get loud and they're bassy too. Like it's not like speaker bass, but you can like hear the thump in these things and they carry. And it's funny because it has these 2 little speaker grills on the bottom of here. Actually, it's like one dummy speaker grill and then one like real speaker in there on the bottom. And then I guess the sound, like, cause it is stereo, it comes out of the top and the bottom. But on the top here, I guess it comes out of maybe a little slit. I can't see that well in there, or maybe this little pinhole, but either way, you get balanced sound coming out of this thing and it just thumps. Now, how about these ergonomics, man? First of all, it doesn't feel as unbalanced as the previous models, which is the 7 and the 7 Pro and the 6 and the 6 Pro. This actually feels like a much lighter camera bump. It doesn't feel like it's gonna just flip out of my hand. It's like balanced very well. But then when we talk about balance, it's just symmetrical all the way around. And that's not anything different than what you would get on the Galaxy phones. It's just that they've kind of just laid it out. And then you got these corners, man. So I love the corners on the Galaxy S23 Ultra, but sometimes they can get, they can dig into your hands a little bit when you're trying to do one-handed stuff. And then when you're using the Pixel device, it's just, it's just easier on the palm of your hand and like on your leg, or if you're resting on your chest or something like that. Or if you're one of those people who are just, playing with your phone in bed, if you drop that bad boy, it's gonna hurt, okay? It's a phone, it's gonna hurt. But at least you ain't got this sharp edge clocking you in the forehead if you drop your phone on your face in the middle of the night while you're TikToking. But still on the ergonomics, I really like the power button being on the top versus the bottom where this volume rocker is. So on the Galaxy devices, they are switched. I've gotten used to this. So going to the Pixel, it's actually kind of jarring having it reversed, but I think it's laid out better on the Pixel devices where the power button is up top and then you got the volume rocker on the bottom. Because as you're reaching the phone, as you're reaching up, if you can see there, my thumb automatically hits the power button and I got to reach up to hit the volume rocker, which is kind of silly because when you're operating your phone, typically you're going to be using the volume rocker a lot more than you would the power button, because I'm always turning stuff down because I'll be opening up TikTok, you know what I'm saying? And I'll be like, oh man, it's too loud. And let's talk about this flat screen, man. Back in the day when Samsung started doing the curved screen, I was all about it. And I'm still all about it. I like it. I love it on the Galaxy S23 Ultra. But I've noticed sometimes when I pick up my phone, you know, I've got these self-healing screen protectors on here. So when you pick up the phone, because the phone is so round, sometimes you slip a little bit. And then, you know, my nails start digging into the screen protector, and because it's round, the screen is round. And, you know, I kind of flip up the screen protector and it just gets on my nerves, man. Like I've kind of, you know, I got bubbles in my screen protector on the side now. And, you know, as far as like swiping your thumb across the screen on a round screen, I like that. Okay, I really do. But since I've been using the Pixel 8 Pro, I really understand how nice it is to have a flat screen. Now, this is not like a perfectly flat screen. They've actually kind of rounded it off just at the edge of that bad boy to where they can still call it a flat screen, but it still has a round, like the shell on the outside, the casing, it's still a little bit round. I haven't, as I was picking it up, I haven't slipped and dug into the screen protector as of yet. I don't think it'll happen though, because this phone, it's got a nice little grip on it. But this next area is where Samsung just does not have it at all. You know, I love Bixby. My man Jeff is always clowning me because I use Bixby a lot. Man, y'all gotta try Bixby, man. Bixby has come up and it actually has equaled, if not surpassed, Google Assistant in a number of ways in order of operating your phone and your household. Understand that. Dude, Bixby be listening. Shut up, man. I'm trying to do some work here. Anyways, but Google has leveled up the AI, artificial intelligence built into the phone. And even though it's AI and it's Google Assistant, they could put it in Android, right? And just let everybody have it. Oppo or all the Android devices like OnePlus and stuff like that. But no, they save the goodness for themselves. So it's all locked into the Google devices, particularly the Google Pixel 8 and the 8 Pro. So the AI in this phone, it is all over the phone. It almost just kind of, it really just moves with you, man. It's just a very fluid experience, especially when you start using the assistant the way you want to. You can tell this thing to scroll up on TikTok or scroll down on TikTok. You can tell it to like read articles to you or summarize articles. You only have that on the Pixel devices, and I'm a little bit jealous that I can't get it on the Galaxy devices. But the AI doesn't stop at just the phone. It also bleeds into where I think Google outperforms Samsung in this regard as well, which is the camera. Now, as far as hardware, I don't know which phone actually has better hardware. Where Google excels is the AI and the processing of your photos after they've been taken, as well as your video. Now, in the daytime, oh man, I just like the colors. I just like the color reproduction of the Google, of the photos that come out of the Google Pixel 8 Pro. It's just more natural. When you look at a Samsung photo, it looks great standing by itself. But then when you compare it to a Google Pixel photo or Pixel 8 Pro photo, it just looks more natural, and there's more dynamic range, but it's not overly saturated like the Samsung devices. So I just particularly like, and that's just a personal preference. It's not like a fact or anything. I just like the way the Pixel Pro or Pixel 8 Pro photos look. As far as video, I trust this thing. I trust both of them to take a full video and put it up on YouTube for you guys to watch. I trust both of these phones to actually do that. Where Google does a good job on video is what's coming up next, which is, I think it's in December, where they'll be doing the night vision and stuff like that, where it'll just be super enhanced and you can see things you can't really even see at night. It's the night vision is coming to video. Right now they're excelling in the photos and the AI and the after processing, but coming soon they'll probably kick Samsung's butt in the video department as well, especially in the low light. Now, at the end of the day, I'm still gonna be using my S22 Ultra as my daily device, but I've had a damn good time hanging out with this Google Pixel 8 Pro. In fact, I really loved the experience. I just gotta go back. And why am I going back? I'm sitting here telling you how good this Google Pixel 8 Pro is. It is a great phone, man. It is really great. But if you have ever used a Samsung device, that's one thing, right? If you've used a Galaxy S series phone, that's just its own department, okay? You can go to a OnePlus or a Google phone because you're using Android with a Samsung overlay with, just a couple of Samsung apps. You might not be even in the ecosystem if you're just using one of the S23 or the S23 Plus. It's just a phone at that point. But once you have used a Galaxy Note or a Galaxy S23 Ultra or S Ultra anything, you are no longer a regular phone user. And that's what I consider myself because of this. There's a lot of people who buy this phone who never even pull out this pen. I don't know why you buy this phone. Maybe it's for the camera, but you never whip out the pen. I have to have the pen. I'm addicted to it now. It's kind of like the iPhone people and their freaking bubbles and their iMessage and stuff. I have to have this pen along with Samsung Notes. In my opinion, it is the best note-taking app out there. And it's unfortunate that Samsung doesn't unlock it to other Android devices. And I'm in the Samsung ecosystem. That is an important thing. Now, Google does have its own ecosystem, but it's kind of like open. You can get it on any phone. And it's just not as good. I really love the Pixel, man. I would have a hard time leaving this phone alone, well, with the exception of that trash-ass battery. But I mean, I'm seriously, I'm here. If you've ever really used a Galaxy Note or a Galaxy S23 Ultra or Galaxy Ultra, then you know what this is all about. This is why you buy it, okay? It's not the camera, it's not anything else. It's for the pen and your stuff that you do with it. I can't live without it. You've given me something good, Samsung, and I can't live without it. But for those of you who can just use a phone and do all your dirty business on your phone without the need of an S Pen, this is the one to get, man. I'm in love with it. I really, really do like it. I mean, we're talking about some of the best photos that are gonna come out of a phone, some quality video that you can absolutely trust, some quality audio from the video that you can absolutely trust, and a fantastic performance. I hope they give us an update to cool down this phone and optimize that battery life. But until then, that's my verdict. I'm not an expert in this kind of stuff, but what I do know is the Galaxy S23 Ultra is a great phone, but man, this one is running up on its heels. The Google Pixel 8 Pro, baby. Now, y'all keep being good to each other, and I'll see you when I see you.